I will share you the story of this hole that you can see on the left side of the idol up here. Interestingly, you will notice a big hole in the corner above this Shivlingam. If this hole outside here remain as it is until today, then this hole might also have been kept as it is until now. Today we are at Hampi's Shrikrishnaswamy temple. Before we enter this temple, I would like to show you this stone carved structure placed right in front of the temple. This is an ancient donation box. People used to donate coins here back then, and this is located exactly in front of the temple. It's quite a huge structure. As you can see, there are small holes present on this structure. These holes indicate that attempts were made to break this structure. In ancient times, workers would insert stick into these holes and apply a mixture of water and salt. This mixture caused the inserted stick to expand, causing the structure to break into two pieces. Now, let's head toward the Shrikrishnaswamy temple, which was built by King Krishnadevaraya. The story behind the construction of this temple is quite interesting. He built this temple after winning a war. But before delving into the whole story, let's take a look at the beautiful carving and architecture of this temple. Upon entering the temple, we are welcomed by these beautiful celestial beings. Take a look at their hairstyle and the earrings in their ears, and you will get an idea of the fashion of a woman during that time. One of the biggest features of the temple is that it was constructed according to the principles of Vastu Shastra. The temple is adorned with various beautiful designs and sculptures. Among them, there is a sculpture depicting a female warrior, indicating that there were female soldiers in the army of Krishnadevaraya. The carving of a fish inside the temple served as a directional guide, showcasing the direction of water in ancient temples. The mouth of the fish indicates the direction of the source of the water. Upon entering the temple, the first thing we noticed is that the foundation. The lower part is entirely made of a stone, while the upper part, the shikhara, is made of bricks. It's evident how these sculptures were created. The fine shape of these sculptures was then crafted. This process is quite different from modern sculpting or engineering techniques. Initially, they used bricks to create the framework of the sculpture, and then a plaster made of materials like plaster of Paris was applied. Considering how long cement structures last nowadays, around 30 to 50 years or even more than 100 years. But these sculptures have endured for more than 500 years, facing sun and rain. They have been damaged over time, partly due to vandalism. And in this way, many beautiful sculptures were crafted in the upper part of the temple. I mean, you can see that even the eyes of the sculptures are well preserved to this day. And the soldier depicted here with a shield in her hand. Notice the curve crafted in it. I mean, even after 500 years, the finishing of these sculptures remains the same. And in this sculpture, we are shown the victory moment of the king, depicting his triumph over the dynasty of Gajapati rulers of Odisha. On the right side, the elephant you see is a part of Odisha army. On the left side, you can see horses and soldiers representing the army of King Krishnadevaraya. This temple is also called the Bal Krishna Temple, and it was constructed in 1513 by Krishnadevaraya. This place is the gathering hall of this temple, which can also be called a meditation hall, as people used to gather here for meditation. What they used to do and why there was such a hall in every ancient temple, that's another interesting story. In this section, restoration work of the temple is underway, and on the other side, you can see how large stones were used in the construction of this temple. Notice the precision with which the stones were cut and joined, leaving no gap between them. Not even a piece of paper can fit in the gap between two stones. Even the gap between four stones, as you can see, is so precise that not even a piece of paper can be inserted. Here, in the foreground, you can see a rounded structure made of a stone designed to store water. And the structure you see in front serve as a meditation chamber. On this side, we can also see that there is a door called the Mahadwara, but nowadays it is kept closed. Look at the carving done on these pillars. Here, a carving has been done of the sage Ashtavakra, commonly found in many ancient temples in India. I will create a separate episode on the carving of sage Ashtavakra, as there are many interesting functions associated with him and many myths that most people are unaware of. Almost every ancient temple display carving of sage Ashtavakra, but the reason behind it is not well known. If you want me to create a separate episode on this, let me know in the comment section. Above, in the left part of the upper section, you can see a large opening. Let me tell you the story behind it. But before that, observe this beautiful carving on the wall. In this same section, you can see a pillar that enhances the artistic decoration of the wall. The design of the pillar is well merged with the wall, showcasing an artistic decoration. Also, take a look at this small temple. You won't see the idol. The lower part of this temple is made of a large stone, and the structure above, it's entirely brickwork. And the large opening you see here, that was done by the treasure-seeking people when the government didn't pay attention to this temple and it was not completely restored. See how strong plaster have been applied to the pillar made of stone. Another example is visible toward the front. Plaster has been applied strongly to the entire wall of the stone, which still hold firm even after 500 years. Now, from this corner, you can see a beautiful view of the temple spire. Many people came in search of a treasure during that time, and those people caused significant damage to this temple. Krishnadevaraya was coronated in 1509, and in 1510 he started preparing to attack the Odisha state. In 1513 he attacked Odisha, defeated the king there, married their daughter as a part of the victory, and returned to Hampi. When he attacked Odisha, there was a Krishna idol in the state's royal palace. He brought that idol back to Hampi, and in 1513 he constructed this temple and installed the idol here. In the main chamber of this temple, where the Krishna idol was placed at that time, a proper way of bowing in front of the idol in a temple is shown through a carving. Here, in this carving, a person's hands are joined together and both are lying on the ground with their heads bowed. The famous idol from this temple is now placed in a museum in Chennai. Several inscriptions have been found in this temple, revealing its history. Some inscriptions are placed on the walls of the temple. Although you might not see them from a distance, let me try to show you up close. The entire wall of this temple is filled with the inscriptions, and this is the biggest inscription here. This inscription is placed right in front of the temple. I don't believe the original structure of this temple was like this. Perhaps after the restoration by the ASI, it turned out this way. If you look closely at the outer wall of this temple, many sea animals like fish, octopus and seahorse are carved. Also, you will see many strange carvings in this temple, which I will cover in another interesting episode. So this is the Krishnadevaraya temple, built by King Krishnadevaraya, which he constructed after winning the war against the king of Odisha. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please like, share and subscribe to this channel to watch more interesting videos.